I want you to try something. Pretend you're talking to someone who really cares about you. Picture his face, her clothes, whatever you can to make this seem as real as possible. Now look that person in the imaginary eye and say out loud, "I failed." How did that feel? Did you feel embarrassed, disappointed, angry, or upset? Most people do. Failure simply doesn't feel good. All our lives, we've been told that it is negative, but I think it's time to see failure a bit differently. Try this one. Look in a mirror and say to yourself out loud, "Failure is okay." That's right, you heard it here first. Failure is not always a bad thing. In fact, it is an integral part of the creative process. Think about it this way. If you don't fail, you might not fully appreciate success. For example, a friend of mine wrote a short story that she wanted to get published. She submitted it to several magazines and other publishers and was met by a wall of rejection letters. Instead of giving up, she held on to the rejection letters, every single one of them, and used them for inspiration to keep trying. When her story was finally accepted for publication, it was through a magazine that truly appreciated the work she had created. The rejections or failures made the acceptance that much sweeter. Consider another example. Rovio, the creator of the game Angry Birds. The company was founded in 2003 and spent the next 8 years producing many different versions of the game. 51 to be exact. 51 rejections later, Rovio released its 52nd version of the game, and it took off. Angry Birds now has over 1 billion downloads. If the game had been accepted at the first, 10th, or 40th version, who knows how successful it would have been. But since the company accepted its failures as challenges and areas for improvement, Angry Birds became the addicting game we know and love today. Failure is an important part of the creative process. It happens, and it's not the end of the world. Yes, sometimes you will fail, but the important thing is to grow from that failure. Fail up. With a growth mindset, you can build your resiliency and your creativity. Think back to a time when you failed, but failed upwards. How did you respond to this failure at the time? Did it have the devastating effect that you thought it would? How did you learn and grow from it? How can you look at failure differently next time?